All right. Just want to say hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining us on this Tuesday evening, wherever you are. And I just tell you, folks, it's just an exciting opportunity here that we have here with Team Effort Network. I know a lot of people are coming back from vacation, getting ready for school to get started here in the next 2 weeks. So we're going to see the momentum and the activity pick back up again here at Team Effort Network. Just for the brand new folks, again, 12-girl company, solid, debt-free, never missed a check in over 70-plus countries, over 20-plus millionaires. And, folks, we have that same millionaire-producing compensation plan with Team Effort Network here with our 5 amazing sprays, D-Power, B-Boost, the Slim, Cell Energy, and our Super 10. Folks, make sure you get back with the person who invited you to this call to hear about our 5 amazing sprays as well as our trim product. But what I'm going to do right now is talk a little bit about the compensation plan. Then I'm going to turn it over to one of our superstars in the DMV, Demita Joe Johnson, who is literally setting the East Coast on fire, along with everyone else that's out there. And we're going to hear from her, and then we're going to hear from Dr. Reginald Razzle Dazzle Brazzle to close it out. So, folks, if you have a pen and a piece of paper, grab some notes so that you can, go back and review them as I go through this compensation plan. Know that with 10, there's over 10 different ways to get paid. The retail portion of the comp plan, and I tell you, you're going to hear from Demita. Very few people do it better than her. If you want the proof, just go look at her Facebook page. I swear every single time, and I'm not on Facebook every single minute, but every other day or so I'll see Demita's post, and as sure as you can bet whatever on it, there's a post that says, okay, how much are the sprays, and can I have some? So, folks, you can make some money with the retail portion of our comp plan. We have people that earn anywhere between a couple of $100 to $1,000 in their first 3 weeks. And I guarantee if you go around and ask some of these other people who work in other companies, how does your retail part of your comp plan work? How much money are people really making or can make with the retail part of the comp plan? They'll stutter around or they'll give you something, and you'll soon realize that we truly have something special here with the way Mel and Amy have set up the price point as well as the ease of our product and the ease of selling our product. As well as the retail portion, we have the fast start bonuses. For people who want to get started and become business builders, you can earn anywhere from $20 to $200 for them joining our company as a business builder. Again, it only takes $49.90 to get started with the distributor kit, but then you can choose to join as the promo pack, the basic pack, the diamond pack, or the gold platinum package. And if and when any of your new prospects choose one of those packages, again, you'll earn anywhere between $20 to $200 for them signing up in that part of our comp plan. Then we have the team builder bonus, folks, and the number one objective for you to accomplish once you sign the dotted line, once you say, hey, I'm committed, I'm in the game, the first thing you need to accomplish is becoming a team builder, and that's simply signing up 2 people, one on your left and one on your right. Because once you accomplish that, you then qualify for a $25 coded bonus down to the next team builder. And you said $25, Mr. T, that doesn't sound like much. I'm telling you, folks, it adds up real quick once your team begins to explode. Then we have the executive bonus. That's once you become an executive. You got a team builder on your left and a team builder on your right. You qualify for that bonus. Then we have the team commissions, folks. And this is one of the exciting parts of our compensation plan. Once you begin to plug and play and share this with everyone that you know, team commissions are going to start accumulating. And, folks, once you have 360 in volume on one leg and 720 on the other leg, and it could be the left or the right, that generates a check of about $150. I'm telling you, folks, that's one of the highest payouts per dollar for a binary in the industry. And I guarantee you, go ahead and ask someone, okay, 360 on one side, 720, how much do you make? There's some companies that'll pay you $25. Folks, we pay out $150 every time that happens. down to infinity. We got people making $450, $600, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per week with this part of our compensation plan. Then we have the residual component. That's from people repurchasing the product on the auto ship. Yeah, I tell you, folks, in most companies, you're begging people to purchase the auto ship and stay on the auto ship. Here, you got people doubling up, tripling up on the auto ship. Why? Because they're making money with the retail portion of the comp plan, and nobody would be making any money if the product didn't work, folks. And we have some amazing results-oriented products. So with the residual part of the comp plan, folks, you can make up to $150,000 per month, and I failed to mention, on the team commissions, you can actually make up to $35,000 a week. And you're like, Mr. T, those are big numbers. Folks, we got people making that and more with our sister division, which is a technology division. And we have a consumable product here with 10 that's changing lives in a matter of time. We're going to have people making that same kind of money here with this comp plan. Then we have the easiest car qualifying program in the country, bar none. You qualify for a Mercedes, BMW, Tesla. Just know that you will flat out get paid here with the compensation plan that we have with 10. There's 1-star, 2-star, 5-star bonuses, trips to Disneyland, Disney World, you name it. That's our compensation plan. And why people join 10? Hey, for one, the products, number two, to get paid. Or it could be number one, get paid, and number two, the products. The products and getting paid, those are the two main reasons why people join this opportunity. What I want to do now is take a step back and throw the mic over to a good friend of mine. She has just been ripping it up, big time leader. We talked a couple of times, last week. She was coming from a few events. And I'll tell you, it's a small world. She's running into people who know other people who's sitting on the fence. And Demeter, you're doing just a great job. So appreciate everything you bring to the table. Appreciate your leadership and excitement. And I want you to come to the line and go ahead and share what's on your heart tonight. Demeter Joe Johnson, are you there?
I'm here, Mr. T. Hello, everyone. It's Slim Spray 10 crew. I am on the line live and hot. I just wanted to bring 3 key points to you all tonight, and they're very quick points, and what we can do to always improve ourselves and stay on point and on top of things. What I did this week, my first point is I made my weekly business goals. And when I made my weekly business goals, I then broke it down to days. So this Monday, Tuesday, I'm working on building my website. So I'm going out on social media, seeing what other people's websites look like, getting new ideas and things of that nature. And then Thursday and Friday, I'm going to focus on creating my social media page, my fan page. Because as you all know, if you're on Facebook, after you reach a certain amount of friends, you have to go in and create a page. So before I get to 5,000, I'm going to create mine now, because I plan to have over 5,000 visitors to my Facebook page. But that also goes for Twitter and Instagram. If you guys aren't on those social media tools, please, please, please go ahead and set up your account. They are so helpful. They draw people to your business and to your site. And before you know it, you're making money in your sleep, and it's for free. So, take advantage of that. Another point I wanted to bring to everyone is do not give up. Do not give up. Do not worry about anyone who tells you no, they're not interested at this time, or no, they don't want to try the product at this time. And I say that because behind every no, there is a yes. Someone is going to say yes. Someone is always buying. And a perfect example, as you all know, Kathy Hughes is the biggest radio person in history as far as being a female. She was declined 32 times by the bank. They told her no 32 times. But on that 33rd time, she got her $1 million. And look at her now. She's worth almost $1 billion. So that goes to show you cannot give up. I don't care how many times people tell you no. You just set in your mind what you're going to do and press towards that goal, and you will soon achieve it. Another thing that I wanted to bring to you all's attention that Mr. T had shed a little light on is my networking event. I'm telling you, I was blown away yesterday with the networking event that I went to. I did go to one last week, as you all know, and at that event, I had spoke to a guy about 4 months ago and informed him that he could be a distributor and kick off a particular area. So he's been dragging his feet. As soon as Janice and I went to the event, first of all, we stood out because we had our T-shirts on saying the Slim Spray Chicks. So everybody's like, what is Slim Spray? What is Slim Spray? And that opened the door for us to go in. But the first person who came up to me was a young lady who's a part of a company called Unique. She goes, oh, my God, what is Slim Spray? So I started explaining it to her. She's like, wait a minute. Do you know Eric? I'm like, yeah, I know Eric. She's like, oh, my God, he told me about this. And so now I'm negotiating and talking to her because it's piqued her interest. So I'm going to send her the product, and hopefully she'll be joining our team and signing up. Now, the event that I went to last night, I was so glad that I went to that event, and that came from Facebook. Lo and behold, the person who has the event, she works for Fox 5. Not only does she work for Fox 5, her and Donnie Simpson, if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see them there. She is the producer for the show, for Fox 5 News, for a lot of the shows that come on. Now, I gave her the product last night. She got the Slim. We started talking. She said, oh, I'm so tired. I said, are you vitamin D deficient? She said, yes, I am. She's like, they can't even trace vitamin D in my system. I gave her the vitamin D. I said, in about 20 minutes, you should feel a little bit of energy. Lo and behold, from that, she referred 3 other people to me. The 3 young ladies, one is with Mary Kay. When she saw my before and after pictures and I started explaining the comp plan to her, she's like, please call me. The next person she introduced me to was a young lady that her whole entire family is vitamin D deficient. Her 3 kids, and her husband. And she's also a rep for a company called Plexus. Well, when she saw the Slim Spray, she said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me all I got to do is spray the Slim Spray in my mouth and I can lose weight and a vitamin D? So at that time, I didn't have another vitamin D on me. So the young lady shared her vitamin D with her. And from that, it was history. So they reached out to me today. I'm going to get back in touch with them. And more than likely, they're going to sign up with the company. And, you know, that's what it's all about. So you cannot just sit back. You got to go out there. And when I tell you guys, we have the #1 product. No one wants to take a whole bunch of pills. She still has inventory that she can't even get rid of because it's pills. She's like, I got so many pills, I don't know what to do with it. But guess what? She wanted that Slim Spray and she wanted that D. And she's interested especially when I told her about our car bonus. So those are the tips that I have for you all. Please keep rocking and rolling. Make sure you get your T-shirts. Represent yourself at all times. Let's go make this money together, and I will see you all at the top.
Woo, Damita, boy, I tell you, girl, I love it. And, you know, every time you come to the call, I get such a positive feedback from people, how you just kept it real, and they can so relate to everything you're saying. You're such a great encouragement. Keep up the great work. And I tell you, folks, I'm telling you, all you got to do is go look up Damita Jo Johnson. You can see some of the threads and everything, and people almost every time send me the spray, let's go, and she's doing it. So she's just not talking it, she is doing it. So Damita, thank you so much, and I'm so glad you agreed to join the rotation on Tuesday. So excited about that. So keep doing what you're doing, girl. You're welcome. Next up, to help us kind of close the call out, is Dr. Reginald Razzle Dazzle Brazzle, Mr. Consistent, always there, big-time leader. And, you know, folks, and that's one of the qualities, someone that you can count on, who's consistent, who's right there with you. And there's no doubt in my mind why he has been successful building huge groups in the past and en route to building another huge one here with Team Effort Network. Doc, are you there?
Yes, sir, I surely am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Take it away, sir.
Great. Thoroughly enjoyed. I tell you, she's on fire. And that's what happens when you get on fire. Boy, people just want to come and watch you burn because she's smoking up this phone over here. I'm like, man, it's already hot in Houston. And now it's even hotter. I can't even hold my phone. I got to put it down when she gets on there, But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, the excitement. That's what I'm talking about, believing in the product. That's what I'm talking about, getting out there, just spreading the word, And if you ever read the book called 212 Degrees, that's the boiling point of water, is 212 degrees. And it's amazing, because what happens, a lot of times we watch water, and if you keep watching it, it takes a long time before it boils. And that's what we do a lot of times in our business, in our lives. We just sitting there watching it. But if just don't worry, just have faith. It's going to happen. That water is going to boil, because once it reaches that boiling point, it can't do anything else. But that's what we have to do with our lives too, and our dreams and our goals and our beliefs. We put it out there, and we got to keep seeing and keep believing that it's going to happen. Life is going to come and slap you in the face, and you're going to have all kinds of things that's going to happen. You're not going to feel like talking to anybody. You're not going, just like she talked about Miss Hughes. All of those people turned her down, but she kept pursuing and kept going. And there are many, 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 many testimonies of the great people that have become very successful in their professional careers that just go on and on and on from there. But if you look at the stories, all of them had a lot of failures, many of them. So my point is that if you want to be able to really see your dream come true, and she talked about whether, what's important, your goal. As a matter of fact, one of my business partners, if you ever familiar with Goal Magic, you need to get that book or that, literature. It's very, very good, because if you don't have any goals, you don't have anywhere to go. If I want to go to Denver and see Mr. T, of course, I have to have a roadmap, and I have to know how to get there. Of course, GPS, the phones now, we have it on GPS, but you still have to have that roadmap. You have to have an idea how far it is and how long it's going to take you to get there. That's what goals are designed to do, and you have to see yourself getting there before you get there, because you can't do anything until you see it in your mind first. And last but least, I want to leave you with this. It's a very good quote out of a book by Dennis Kimbrough, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. And he said, don't get too comfortable. We must define ourselves by the best that is in us, not the worst that has been done to us. And that's by Edward Lewis, Essence Magazine, the publisher. Now, as you pursue your goals, attempting new and various methods of reaching your objectives, you'll experience uncomfortable moments. Count on it. That's a part of the process. Anything new, different, or untried lies outside the comfort zone and in the land of the uncomfortable. As you approach the edges of your comfort zone, you begin to experience a host of negative emotions: fear, guilt, unworthiness, depression, and possibly anger. These are feelings that usually accompany people who say, I'm uncomfortable. For many, the explanation, I'm uncomfortable, is sufficient reason not to venture out. It's little wonder, then, that these people seldom reach their dreams. They choose comfort over goals. The subtle way in which the comfort zone keeps you from your dreams are remarkable. The comfort zone reacts with, don't do it. Messages long before we begin to take action. When we even think about doing something new and different, the comfort zone kicks in. Since birth, we have been programmed to do whatever it takes to avoid fear, guilt, unworthiness, and hurt. Because guess what happens when you come out of that womb? You get hit on the butt, don't you? That hurts. And you want to try to avoid any type of pain and fear and guilt. So that started right after we came into this world. Therefore, we think about something else, something more comfortable. To reach your goal, to live your dream, you must choose moment by moment to take steps in the direction of your dream, no matter how uncomfortable you may feel. Reaching one's goal is not a matter of comfort, it's a matter of achievement. The best way out is always through. And I live by that. A lot of times people look at me and they say, well, how are you so happy all the time? And why you always got this smile on your face? Because I see my way through every situation, every life challenges, because that's what life is all about. Life is beautiful when you understand it. What happens to most people, we resist life. And so what happens then, life resists us. You have to go with the flow, but know that everything is for a season. You can't stop the summer, winter, fall, spring. And each and every season has its own differences, just like people have their own differences. I was listening to a beautiful song, and you never would imagine that it would come from a rapper called Slim Thug and Joel Osteen. If you haven't had that, go to YouTube and look it up. I don't know the name of the song. I heard it for the first time this morning, and it was very inspirational, very motivating. And they talked about some things that I think we should pay close attention to. Because when you fly up there, you're an eagle, you don't go down there with the chickens. A lot of time when we have dreams and goals, we want to go down there and tell the chickens, about our dreams and goals. And what happens? They steal us. They steal them from us. They rob them from us. It can be a well-meaning friend. It can be a spouse. It can be a cousin or whatever, uncle, aunt. But hold on to your dreams. Don't allow people to steal them away from you. I said this before. Things like material things like your car, your home, or whatever it is that you had taken from you before, you can always get those back. But it's much harder when somebody robs you of your desire to win, your desire to have the things that you've always believed that you felt it, that it was for you. But somehow, it gave up. That's what I'm saying tonight. 10, I love the name. I love the concept, Team Effort Network. And it's team. You know what team stands for? Together, each and every one makes a difference. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about making a difference in your life. We're talking about making a difference financially for you. We're talking about making a difference for you, not only financially, but your health. We're talking about you can join 10 and win. You can get rid of that financial cancer. You have set yourself on fire again like you had that desire at one time and have that good health. We want you to sign up in the NBA, not the National Basketball Association, but we're talking about Never Broke Again League. And that's what we're asking you to do for the people that are on this call. And then finally, you can retire in the NFL. No financial limits. Keep in mind, you were designed for success by our Creator. But unfortunately, many of us have been programmed for failure by the institutions who only wish to make merchandise out of you. Let 10 get rid of that virus, that's keeping you from operating your full potential. You know how you have to go in your computer and get all these virus protections and things like that? You need it for your mind, too. Get rid of those pop-ups, because those pop-ups going to come, and you got to be careful. When those pop-ups come, you can't click on it. That's those negative people. You got to remove them and don't even click on them. As soon as they pop up, you get away from them. And it's time to build your dreams. Stop building someone else's. And also, the main thing, be in good health. We got a lot of people out here that are dying every day. It's 7:26 here, Central Standard Time, and 26 people just died from heart disease because one person every minute dies. This was a statistics that was done by the Disease Control back in 2014. And that heart disease is the number one killer, and then cancer is number 2. So it's not a matter of if we have the product or we have the compensation from what you just heard, or we have the management company. But what's success? Success without you is not success. So I thank you again for allowing us to share these thoughts and business and all the great testimonies. And again, thank you again, Mr. T, for allowing me to just give somebody some food for thought.
Oh, no, thank you, Doc. Appreciate every time you come to the call. You said some great things tonight, and I hope you all took some of those things that he said to heart and apply them. And, you talked about Slim Thug and Joel Osteen. I'll definitely have to check that out tonight. That will be interesting. And thank you for sharing that. Folks, we talked a little bit about winning, dreaming, and not letting the negativity get in your way. And one of the things that I've noticed with some of the companies that I've had big runs with in the past is that, these kind of presentations are the ones that have, great impact on people's lives, and it helps change and it helps improve. And I just want to encourage all of you, take everything that you heard today and try to apply it or use it and remember it however you can, and then go out there, like Demita, she's just out there going to get it, and going to all these events and sharing this with as many brand new people as possible. And I guarantee you, folks, in the next 6 to 12 months, she will be one of the superstars here with 10. And then you have leaders like Dr. Reginald, who's consistent and who's done it before. And he put me on the phone. Well, we talked about another big leader in Houston that he's bringing in. And folks, in the next 6 to 12 months, you're going to see some great things happening here. And folks, get in line, get ready, because now is the time. And real quick before I forget, I don't know if Mr. Paul Jackson made it to the host line, but I did want him to, if he is, share a little bit about the East Coast Regional. If not, we'll definitely have him on one of our subsequent calls. But anyway, the East Coast Regional is coming up in September next month. So definitely get your tickets, get ready. It's going to be a hot time. It's going to be awesome out there. With that being said, if you're brand new, be sure to get back with the person that invited you to this call. Join the family, join the team, and we will see you guys at the top. We're going to have another call on Thursday night at the same time. In between them, we have our morning calls at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as well. I believe there's another call on Monday and Wednesday. So check the calendar, stay plugged in, stay tuned, and let's take it to the top. With that being said, this call is officially over. Be blessed and go 10.